A lot of people don't know how to pull themselves out of their rut and how to change realities. In technology, you routinely have an upgrade for your phones and computers. Our personal inner software needs upgrading too. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. As someone who has found themselves in a creative rut, a personal rut, or slump, whatever you want to call it, rut, slump, in my life many times as long as I can remember, I definitely know a thing or two about getting myself out of a rut. And today I want to share with you a Notion template, a plan, a solution for any of you who feel like you're in a bit of a slump right now, how to shake yourself out of it. It's funny because I actually feel like I'm just coming out of a period of time where I thought I was in a bit of a slump. I think I can kind of associate it with the winter snow at this time of year. Like, it just gets really cold out. It breaks my routine. I haven't been going for my daily walks every day. I'm being a bit of a baby about the cold, to be honest. So as I mentioned, I built a Notion template, which I'll be sharing with you all. And we're gonna work on getting out of this slump together in this video. And at the end of the video, I will show you where to download it. Okay, so I think we can kind of skip the why part. I've watched lots of videos about getting out of a slump, and a lot of people say, like,
figure out why you're in this slump.
It happens to me often. Like I said, right now, I don't know if it's the change in the weather or the seasons. Sometimes I just feel like it's ebbs and flows in life. So instead of working out why we're in a slump, let's just work on getting out of it. Okay, so solution one. Let's journal. I love to brain dump when I'm not feeling great, when I feel a little bit stressed, when life is just not going the way I want it to. I feel a lot better when I put all those thoughts out on paper, so I don't feel like I have to hold on to them in my mind. So I want us to all start today with, taking out your journal, your piece of paper, wherever you want to do this exercise, and just write down all the things that you feel like you've been neglecting while you feel like you've been in this slump. Are you not working out like you used to? Are we neglecting our hobbies? Just start writing down all the things that you feel you've missed out on or neglected the last couple weeks or days or however long you've been in this slump, and just put them all down on paper. Okay, so now we've listed those items out, we're aware of what we've been avoiding. Let's start arranging them into lists, groups, routines, things that we can fit into our calendar and gradually bring back. So you'll notice in this Notion template, I do have like a routine section. I do have a weekly checklist. I want you to just start populating it. You don't have to overwhelm it, just maybe pick a few things to start on. If you want to really just get right back into it, maybe pick more than a few things, but I want you to start taking those items and moving them into the Notion lists. I also want us to take a few days after you've done this to just still take it easy. Say for example, you're doing this on a Wednesday. Maybe wait until Sunday to start your routine. I'm personally going to start on a Monday, just like as you would for work. I'm going to start doing all these things that I've listed out. So I'm going to let myself take the weekend to just take it easy and really just sit in this slump, have some rest, and then get to it. But it feels much better once you've already populated everything that you need to do into a plan, an actionable plan that you can start on the following week. So I also find while I'm doing this exercise, one thing I like to do as well is to write down, what does my ideal morning routine or daily routine look like? It just feels good to know what I'm working towards and the type of routine I want to get back to. Once I have this roughly figured out, I go into my Notion template and I put in the routine as well. Like, what does my ideal morning routine look like? And in this template, you'll also see I have some check-in dates towards the end. And I just chose like 3 random check-in dates. You can set which date it would be throughout the week to just see how you're doing. Are you managing to actually, get back to that routine? Are you managing to do the tasks that you've been neglecting, or are you finding it a little bit hard still? Because if you are, maybe, cut back and focus on less. It's just good to reevaluate as you're going as well. And you can continue to reuse this template and those checkpoints and just switch it out for the next week and the next week after that. If it's going to take a little while to get back to, your regular routine, you can reuse it as much as you want and, until you get the results that you desire. So as I mentioned, you don't need to rush right back into this routine and all the lists that we just set up. I just wanted you to have some peace of mind knowing that everything's written down, we know what we need to do, and now it's just a matter of doing it. So let's not rush back to it. Instead, I want you to take a little bit of a while to maybe rest in the slump, or just go enjoy life and look for some inspiration for your creativity, inspiration for your motivation again. So now the fun part. I want to share with you how I regain my inspiration, creativity, motivation. What are things that bring me energy and make me feel refreshed and renewed? My first one I love to do is to go for a walk, but my rule is to have no headphones. And you're not talking with a friend, you're not on a phone, you're just going for a walk. Go for a walk in silence. let your mind wander. And you may find that you're going to be more mindful. You may take in the sounds of, I don't know, traffic, people nearby, birds. You might notice something in your neighborhood or where you're walking that you haven't noticed before. And becoming more mindful in this way is actually really good for our mental health, just make you feel more grounded, more at peace. At least I definitely feel that way when I let myself go for these silent walks. And silent walks can be really great also to work on our self-awareness and our creativity. I actually tried to look online, like what is the exact research between silent walks and increasing creativity, and they don't have any definite links to that are proven, but experts have noted that periods of downtime have been found to actually increase productivity and problem solving. And I think it's really that learning to digest our thoughts, it creates more space for sparking creativity and inspired action. Okay, so another one of my favorite activities to do to just feel refreshed and renewed is taking myself on a solo date. This can be going to a bookstore, a cafe, or even a restaurant alone. And I find just like when you go for a walk by yourself in silence, when you're on a little solo date by yourself, you are just way more aware of your surroundings and more mindful of everything. You just end up, accidentally eavesdropping on someone's conversation nearby, or just noticing things that you wouldn't usually pick up on. And you may spot things when you're out on your solo date that spark creativity or inspiration. So for me, as a graphic and web designer, I find if I'm in a bookstore, I might find some book covers, like the art that will inspire me, or maybe there's a signage on a store that really inspires me. All these little things, they might actually spark more creativity and give you a little bit more inspiration. I also like to take my journal/sketchbook on my solo dates with me on days like this. I find when I'm on these little solo dates with my cup of coffee in a cafe or bookstore or anything like that, some of my best ideas come to me, and I want to be able to capture those and write them down. Okay, and another really great activity is to create a vision board. I'm a big fan of creating vision boards. I try to do it not even just once a year anymore, but every couple months, just so I'm constantly thinking about what are my goals, are they changing, am I managing to work towards them? And I find creating vision boards do spark a lot of motivation in me. So if you maybe go through Pinterest for a day, maybe it's a Sunday, you take it easy, you scroll through Pinterest or maybe your favorite magazines or just the internet in general, and capture all these different things that inspire you, that motivate you, or things that you want to work towards, and put them together in a vision board. For this activity alone, I recommend maybe just creating a vision board that's simply showing what you want your life to feel like in the upcoming weeks. What kind of makes you feel like it's a organized vibe? Perhaps you want to get back to a routine or back on track with work. What are some imagery or ideas that you can put on a vision board that are going to make you feel that way? And then put it somewhere where you're going to see it often. I actually recommend putting it in this Notion template. I purposely left a space in the Notion template where you can put your vision board, and I'll share with you what mine looks like here as well. Okay, so now my last solution. I recommend just resting. Maybe focus on some self-care that you feel like you've been neglecting lately. Take a hot bath, maybe watch one of your favorite movies. Your body might be telling you that it's tired. Maybe that's why you feel like you're in this slump lately. Maybe you just need some rest. Maybe you're a bit burnt out from work. I find on days where I'm feeling really low, I like to watch a movie that's one of my favorites, like an old classic movie that makes me feel nostalgic, set the mood, little lights, have some hot chocolate, some comfort food. Just take a day to just relax. In contrast to a ship grounded on a shore, a car stuck in mud, or a fallen tree obstructing a river's flow, human feelings of being stuck often stem from decisions, mindset, and outlook. Keep in mind that embarking on a fresh start in life is always an option. So try to choose to view your circumstances from a fresh perspective and look for new opportunities to emerge. And I feel like you'll just feel better coming out of this period of rest. Maybe we reframe it like that instead of looking at it as a slump, just a little break period. Think, trying new things, changing your environment, letting yourself have time to just look at things differently is the best way to break out of a slump cycle. So best of luck to you guys. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoy the Notion template, and I will talk to you all very, very soon in my next video. Bye, friends.